Hello, welcome to today's quick video about the Polkadot update, which I think you'll find really interesting. So Mario Nawfal, which is very popular, right? Everybody knows him. He's been doing a lot of X spaces about politics, about war, about crypto. Initially started with crypto, right? But then he expanded. And so if you're not already aware, Mario Nawfal launched a referendum on Polkadot's open governance to request funding in order to talk about Polkadot on his X spaces. Okay, he requested about 200K for that. Now, I can't remember the exact number of X spaces. I think it's like 5 or 6 that he's been paid for. And so he's already done the first one. 205,000 people already tuned in, as we can see here. And it lasted for an hour and 35 minutes. Now, not the full 1 hour and 35 minutes are allocated to Polkadot, unfortunately. I've joined a little bit late when Mythical Games started talking. But it was a very interesting conversation once we had the Polkadot experts on board, and they've shared a lot of alpha as well. And the one specific alpha which I want to cover in this video is with regards to the airdrop narrative. Now, this is something that we know is really popular in Cosmos ecosystem, but not so much on Polkadot, except for the dead meme token, which I've already done a video about recently. And so what we were told in this X Spaces is that aside from that, there's going to be another meme airdrop. And then aside from that, there are going to be more airdrops, which are from serious projects. Okay, I'm not saying that isn't serious, it is, but it came to existence as a meme, as you've probably seen in that video I did. If you didn't, do check it out. It's a really interesting video where I explain the full history behind how DED came to existence. Oh, and by the way, the DED game is already launched with the help of Unique Network. There was an X post recently which is saying here that the Dead Mind game is officially released. You can play it on dead.games. They're excited to work alongside .is Dead community and bring forward the Dead Mind game for the ecosystem, powered by Unique Network and secured by Polkadot. The game aligns with their vision of bringing the ecosystem and communities together in a fun brick breaker game. So it's going to be interesting to see what this game is like. Now, I haven't personally tested out this game. I'm probably going to do a tutorial on this. I'm going to have to check it out and see what it's like. But it's definitely good, right? This is the first utility that we've got for DED right now, and we don't even have the token yet. So we need to see when the token goes live, what more is there to come, because there's a lot of stuff coming up. As we've seen on the DOT website, if you go to the .is Dead website, you'll see an update to their tokenomics, a lot of information. But like I said, I'm likely going to do another video very soon where I'm going to be talking about that in detail. But just to get back to this here, so one of the VCs of the Polkadot ecosystem from Scytale, this is Mark, he's the founder of Scytale, he actually stated that there are going to be more airdrops aside from these meme token airdrops. And so that's great. We don't know the conditions yet, but apparently if you just hold DOT in your wallet should be enough. Of course, as time goes by and we get more information, we should know if we need to stake or not. But I can't stress this enough. I know many people have been asking me with regards to DED. Can they qualify if they're staking on Ledger? Yes, they can. I mean, as long as it's in your wallet, because it's ultimately on the blockchain and it's from a wallet that you control, it doesn't even matter, right? As long as it's not on Kraken or on Binance or some other exchange. If you're holding DOT on Kraken, as most people are doing, because of the instant on staking feature that Kraken have for a lower APY, then you do not qualify, because Kraken are unlikely to support the DED airdrop. So the best thing to do is, if you're holding it on a centralized exchange, just transfer them to your wallet and you're done. And like I said in that DED video, I recommend Nova Wallet for mobile, novawallet.io. For mobile, if you have a Ledger Nano X, you can also use Nova with that because it is compatible. If not, then you can use Talisman for desktop or Subwallet as well. Subwallet is also on mobile. They're a bit sluggish when it comes to the mobile version, so they're better on the desktop version. So you've got Subwallet and Talisman for the desktop version, as in the better versions of the wallets, which are user-friendly, easy to stake with, easy to access all their dApps in the ecosystem. And then you've got the Nova Wallet one. And then you've got Nova Wallet, which is the best one in my opinion. Good UI, and you've got access to all the features that you need for the ecosystem. So you're basically interacting with the blockchain. Okay, that's what you got to remember, because you can access your DOT from multiple wallets at the same time at the end of the day, right? If you hold a private key, you can go on Talisman, you can open that up, you can open Polkadot.js, you can open Nova, you can open Subwallet all at the same time. And then you can see your DOT there, and you can just transfer from whichever one you want, and then it's going to reflect on all the different wallets, because at the end of the day, you're transacting with the blockchain. The wallet is just a user interface with buttons and graphics for you to interact with that blockchain. That's what you got to remember. I just want to make that clear because people are still asking me questions like, do I qualify if it's on a ledger? Yes, of course, because you are controlling that wallet. Okay, so yeah, let's see which airdrops are going to be launched soon. I'm looking forward to that. Of course, I'm going to be reporting on that as soon as we get more information. But for now, it's just an alpha drop, right? We can expect them. We don't know which ones and we don't know how many. And the other thing I wanted to talk about here, I think this is important, Alpha. Now, Angie Dalton is a lawyer. She's been in the ecosystem for quite some time. She's been discussing with the SEC together with her colleague Josh. I've actually had the pleasure to meet her in person as well at Polkadot Decoded last year. And what she's apparently doing, she's apparently working with ARK Invest as well, as you can see here. And if you don't already know, ARK Invest is the company that launched the Bitcoin ETF. So it could be possible. I'm not saying it definitely will happen. I'm guessing after Ethereum. It's unlikely to happen before Ethereum, but we can expect the Ethereum ETF next, and then maybe the Polkadot ETF. And hopefully, because Polkadot is not considered a security, and we've got Angie here who's been working with the Web3 Foundation, and we know that the Web3 Foundation have been talking to the SEC directly. They've got like the chief legal officer who had a meeting with the SEC. Like it was a live meeting which we could all access. This was like over half a year ago. And so, like I said, this is just speculation from my side, but we can expect that there's a chance Angie could talk to ARK Invest to push the Polkadot ETF forward, which would open the doors to institutions buying DOT. And that would be very bullish for DOT because everybody's been complaining that it's overly technical. And yes, it is. But having it as an ETF would then mean that institutions could purchase, and then it could possibly attract builders, more builders, right? And we will see. I am expecting a lot more builders to come though when core time will launch, and they can purchase a lease to be a parachain for as long as they want, which is pretty cool. And so, yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to mention here, that we got to keep our eyes out on this because it could potentially happen. We might see some sort of announcement. I invested a certain amount of money in Moonbeam and also in Astar. And my Astar bag is worth over 85% as much as the Glimmer bag, which is the Moonbeam bag. And I just wanted to say, like, Sota Watanabe has done a really good job, you know, in terms of marketing, in terms of business development, in terms of publicity in Japan. Right? He's been collaborating with the Japanese government. He's been integrating Astar into different Web2 products. Okay, so this is great marketing, and this just shows that, you know, when you've got great marketing like this and great BD, the token price usually does well, and this was the case for Astar. It's been performing amazingly well, given that it was like 4 cents a number of months ago, and now it's like 18 cents. You know, it can even go to 20, 25, probably even higher in my opinion, given that this bull market is just starting right now with Bitcoin at 51, 52K. So yeah, just wanted to state that, you know, that I'm really happy that I bought Astar as well. I wish I would have bought more Astar than Glimmer, but I obviously was hopeful on Glimmer as well because the Moonbeam team had sold me as the best team in the ecosystem. At least that was the impression I got. But you know, when they had that hack with the Nomad bridge, I think that could have impacted them. And that's probably the reason why people got a bit like bearish on Moonbeam. I'm not sure if it's only that or also the heavy VC unlock that took place over time and also the crowd on unlocks. Although we could argue that Astar were in the exact same situation, but they were able to overcome it. And so I don't know if it's necessarily that specific reason. It could be something else. It could be that people became bearish on Glimmer because of that bridge hack. I don't know. I'm really happy with Astar performing so well. And I just wanted to remind you that diversification is crucial because you can never be too sure that one specific project, as good as it may seem, will always perform the best. Well, you never know. And because you'll never know that, it's better to diversify just to reduce the risk for your overall portfolio. That was it from today's short video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.